Welcome back to the Tycoon series, episode 2. In this series, I'm trying to make a Tycoon game all by myself with the exception of this one plugin. Could this free plugin make us rich, or will it be a flop? Let's find out. Here's where we're at so far, and in the last episode, it looked like this. Yeah, not exactly great. Anyways, we got our spawn area done. Now we need to start working on the actual Tycoon. Now, what's different about this one versus other Tycoons is there won't be just one Tycoon to do? I know, stick with me guys, it's a little bit complex to explain and I don't want to give out the whole game idea, but basically, the Tycoon we're building today is the one you'll start at. The next video, maybe we'll build another Tycoon and another one and another one. The game has infinite expandable potential, but we just gotta start here, so here is what we got. This is the template plot. We have a button, Robux button, upgrades, which is the buyables, like what you actually get from the button. We have our door and our ground. So the door and the ground can't be replaced. Well, they can, but we need to make sure the names stay the same and they're in the same location in this template plot. Anyways, to start everything off, I went into Photoshop to sort of design how I wanted the Tycoon layout to be, and here it is. This probably looks like complete gibberish to anybody watching the video, but it gives me an idea. It gives me the way that we need to go here and some of the assets that we need. For example, a portal, carpets, like spiky horn things, pillars, a whole bunch of stuff. Alright guys, I just imported a bunch of old assets from different games that haven't been used too much, and we're gonna use these to build out our first Tycoon. Now, I'm gonna just move these up for now, because, well, I guess I just have to model it and name it 1, so I can actually delete them. The floor itself, we need to make look a bit more prehistoric. So, let's take this texture off. I'm really liking, like, these, like, tannish colors. I'm gonna bring that in, and I want to darken this one, or, like, make it, more whited out, more muted, I suppose. Just because I feel like it would get a little too hard on the eyes if it's not. Now we need something you're able to buy just to test this out. So let's move this over here. These are just planes that have been subdivided and some of the vertices moved around, and they're kind of a cheat code. You see how this would just be a square on the ground? These will just help break it all up. Let's move it down just a little bit more, and then we have to move this into the template plot upgrades. Let's rename this to 1, and we have a button that's named 1 already, right here. We'll change the name of the item to Hill, and then we'll move our template plot back into replicated storage. If we click play and walk over there, I need to set spawn pads this game too. My geez, I keep spawning up there. We'll hop in to click claim, and this is still the old Tycoon on the floor. So I'll have to figure that out, but we did hit that button and it did bring in our hill. I wonder if the main plot is what we have to change if we want the different colored ground. So let's bring our template plot back out, copy our ground color, paste it into this one, and remove our texture. Put this back into replicated. Let me get my spawn pads done as well. I'll put it right there for now. There we go. So now if we walk over and we claim this, we should already have that hill because our data saves. Nice. All we have to do now is do that exact same thing. Find new meshes, add them in, rename them, and really just make this look like a really cool thing at the end. I will say this system, since this bases the plot ground color, we're gonna have to rewrite that part of it later on in the series, because when you get a new Tycoon, you're not gonna want that ground color. So that's gonna be something a bit interesting. Anyways, template plot, let's bring it back to the workspace, and I am just gonna design this. Also, this portal is super temporary, but it will go in the back here. I wanted to give this a quick test real fast. We have these hills. Awesome. I didn't place all the buttons in, so I just want to see if this works mainly because it's a model instead of a part. Perfect. And that's all the buttons I have. I will update you guys where we're at with building the dang thing. Our template plot needs to come back out into the workspace. And here's what we have, all right? So we still need like a nice set of stairs here. I think I'm gonna bring these in and bring the portal back just a bit. I want a nice set of steps here. After the stone base is out, this is button 5, I want to have button 6 bring in this carpet. So all we have to do is change this to 6. We need to go into its billboard and change the item name to what the item is going to be. So let's do weapons carpet. I'm gonna do weapons rug so it's not super long. And then this one is item 6. So let's make item 7 on this side. And this is a placeholder. I'm obviously going to model a nice weapons giver stand, and we're gonna have cooler weapons. I just toolboxed this one as a proof of concept for now, but let's make this one button 7, and then our trowel is also 7 here. And we will rename that from weapons rug to trowel. That doesn't look right, but hope for the best. All right, we have 7 buttons now. Let's duplicate this. We're gonna name this, I don't know exactly, Gen Rug 1. And once you get the first thing on this, you will be able to buy this portal. It is a bunch of like tedious work, but tedious means I can still do it myself at least. So let's hop in. As you can see, we have weapons rug. We could buy that. And now the trowel, if we go over that, we could buy that. If we step on this, it gives us the trowel. Let's go ahead and build up a wall. Nice. And knock that all down. Now we can get our Gen Rug 1. On these are going to be something that's going to generate that, the portal. Like, it's going to charge it up. I'm going to fully finish designing this Tycoon and making it work. And keep in mind, this is only the first plot. There's going to be at least 7 that I can think of off the top of my head. So this game won't be coming out today or anytime soon. But I do want to make these videos like at least once a week until it's ready to come out. Wow, how nice of this guy. In the README script, it says reset data. Go to replicated storage, game settings, data save, and change the number to example. Boom. Go ahead and play through our Tycoon real fast and see how it looks without all those buttons. Hill, and we have one more hill over here. Perfect. Weapons rug, weapon 1, generator. Nice. Weapon 2, another generator, head, perfect. We have a stone base, we need that. Gen Rug 3, okay, that's where the bug's at. Gen Rug 3 brings in the teleporter, or the portal, instead of the rug. That's the main thing I was looking for here. Which means your boy just got a little bit confused. This is 15, let's just bump it up to like 25 for now, then it shouldn't even spawn in. And Gen Rug 3 is 15, this is 15, that should work now. I also need to add some steps, and those are gonna need to be grouped in with 5, or I'm gonna have to change all of the button names again. So let's just put those with 5, and let's make them sort of the same color, but darken them. Or maybe lighten. We'll keep it light for now. Let's also re-anchor that button, just to make sure. There we go. Now, if we put this in replicated storage, and we reset the data save again, we shouldn't have anything spawning in weird. The hills, as per usual, we got the gist. Oh, it's definitely getting there, man. It is a little hard to work with everything on one floor. There it is, weapons rug, or the rug, and then the thing. Awesome. Third weapon. Now we can go over here, stone base. Nice. After the stone base, we need to bring in that portal. But what I was saying is it's getting like kind of weird to work on because the buttons, like, they're sort of taking up everything. Be 18, let's unlock this by button 17. We'll call this the energy collector. This is what is going to make all of these actually do something. This part will be its own upgrade. That button number was 18, so this part needs to be 18. All right, let's see how this looks. I am not gonna reset the stats again. We're just gonna go in and see where we're at. Perfect. So since we have everything purchased, we can buy the portal. Nice. And then after the portal's bought, we can buy the energy collector. Boom. My goal is after you buy the energy collector, some sort of a beam will randomly shoot out of one of these into the portal. And it'll just be random, like just a cool effect. All right, I've fixed everything, all of the bugs that occurred, whether that was a button not spawning in the right item or buttons overlapping, etc. And we end up with this. It looks very complicated when you're in the Tycoon, plot thing, building it because of all the buttons, but right now it doesn't look like nearly enough stuff to keep a player entertained. And too little it was. Guys, I added a lot more decorations, whether that's grass, rocks, trees, borders, so it doesn't look like a plot just sitting on the ground, some little stone paths, some more pillars, and a highlight around each of my generators. Now this plot looks a lot more filled in. I'm going to be making tools for the area and new pedestals. That's why those are gone for now, but this is episode 2 in our Tycoon series here, and I really like how this turned out. I can't wait to build the other styles as well. Also, I replaced the buttons, so those are a lot cooler now, and I'm actually gonna have to redo all the buttons. Since I added all of this stuff, it then made all the other buttons obsolete, because this, let's say it's product 17, there's already buttons all the way up till product 25, so I'm gonna have to redo all of that. I'll probably do a live stream, but that'll be way in the past for you guys. But that will wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.